Pwede po bang ikwento niyo po sa amin kasi I think last November 2025, nagkaroon po kayo ng pagbisita dito sa Barangay Binaliw, Cebu City, kung nasaan po yung landfill mismo na gumuho ngayon. Binisita niyo po yun dahil para makita po yung sitwasyon pagkatapos sa mga bagyo. Last year, nung bumisita kayo, ano po yung pinaka nakakabahalang nakita niyo that time on the ground?
So last year po, 2025, after the Bagyong Tino, we visited po the place. Yung water contamination po and yung amoy talaga, yung primary concern ng mga residente. Kasi when we first went there noong 2024, mayroon silang dalawang water wells or yung tabay. The first one got contaminated po because of wastewater. And it was also confirmed by the DOH that yun nga po, yung sanhi ng pagkasira ng water quality is yung untreated wastewater from the landfill. So after the Bagyong Tino po, when we went there, yung dalawang water wells na po nila talaga, yung already contaminated. Hindi na magagamit yung tubig because it has already turned black. And then yung amoy po, even if from the place where we stand, kahit malayo-layo talaga siya sa landfill, naaamoy talaga yung basura.
Okay. So ang malinaw po ngayon, Ms. Kay, 2024 nung first visit nyo, nakitaan nyo na to ng problema. And then last year, 2025, dalawa po yung nakita nyong problema tungkol sa amoy and even dun sa contamination ng tubig. Tama po ba yung nadinig namin? Dalawang wells yung nakita ninyo na naapektuhan na po? Na ginagamit pang inom ng mga residente po doon?
Yes po.
Oo. Ano po yung naging aksyon ng grupo ninyo after po nitong mga assessment ninyo dito sa landfill na ito?
So after that po, since our organization is focused on education and awareness campaigns, public engagement, ang concrete steps pa lang po na nagagawa ng Code Green PH is that we included it in our educational caravans and awareness campaigns, tapos sustained information dissemination. And yun nga po, we disseminate the information to schools where we visited to raise the issue and also promoting preventive solutions po to address waste at its source. Kasi yung landfill, hindi naman talaga sa like preventive solution. It's only a reactive solution to the issue. So hindi, the focus shouldn't be on that kind of solution. So, aside from that po, since, yun nga po, tinutulungan namin yung public na mas maintindihan what is happening in Binaliw, why it matters, and ano yung dapat gawin para ma-prevent ang mga similar na problems in the future.
So,
and then, currently po, yes po.
Sige po, diretso lang po.
So, yun nga po, currently we are still convening internally to determine the next step na ipupush forward. Tapos, in all of this po, we're intentional about putting the residents first, talaga making sure that every action we take is guided by their needs and voices. Kasi kung petitions lang din naman ang pag-uusapan, the residents have been filing that po for years. From the start pa lang po of the construction of the landfill since 2017, they have been vocal about their concerns. Tapos yun nga po, nag-materialize ito, yung mga concern nila noong 2019 when the city started dumping garbages on the landfill already. So since then po, since 2019, they have been in series of talks with the LGUs and the landfill operator, the Prime, and they have been filing petitions to the DENR po.
Mga kapatid, brothers and sisters, saan ka pa? Dito na tayo sa totoo. Dito na tayo sa True FM.
Mga kapatid, mag-subscribe and follow po kayo sa social media accounts ng True Network PH. Yan po kami. Hanapin nyo lang True Network PH, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and podcast. Mapa-Apple or Spotify man yan, mahahanap nyo kami. Lahat ng mga napapanood at napapakinggan nyo po sa programa, nasa social media accounts namin yan. So, paano mga kapatid? See you sa social media!